Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty, the golden voice of Neal Ruhl, and the iconic Terry Foster. Sit back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D energy.
Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Uncle Terry here in the house. T-Foss, Terry Foster. No D-Mac today, but we will press on with the services of the one, the only.
So that guy's still golfing, as cold as it is.
He'll get out. He doesn't care. That dude is sick about the golf. It's a pretty sick Michigan fan. Sam Flannel here in the building, as always. Sam, how are you?
Oh, I'm great. I'm ready to enjoy a nice, relaxing weekend without any Michigan football. I don't have to have a heart attack, so ready to get through this Friday show. Let's do it, guys.
You're not gonna have to sit there. Although the only college football game is.
Can I be rude for a second?
Yes.
Why would you have a heart attack at a Michigan football game?
Because it's 10-7 all the time.
I know, but you know what the outcome's going to be in the second half.
He's like that to himself.
I mean, they play Illinois, they play Iowa, they play Northwestern. What is there to be afraid of?
I mean, because in college football, that's the one sport, if you lose one time, like they almost did to Illinois, your season is pretty much over. They almost did to Illinois. That would have completely wrecked their season. It's just every time they keep it a little bit too close, but at the end of the day, they just wear everybody down. So
I can
maybe I should let
understand
it
you
know.
being nervous about the Illinois game.
Yes.
And Ohio State, because Ohio State is probably the only Big Ten team capable of beating them. I can understand you being nervous about Michigan State because that's the rivalry and stupid stuff happens there. But the rest of the season, dude, you should be smoking a cigar, sipping on bourbon, and watching Michigan play.
But shouldn't they just one time, play a dominant first half? They literally won a Big Ten championship and didn't play one really good first half of football. That's insane.
They're saving it for Georgia. That's what I was told.
There we go.
They're saving it for Georgia.
Or their second half team.
They definitely are. They wear you down after all with that offensive line. Oluwolowatimi. See the hardware he came up. He got last night.
Michigan man, right? Born and bred. Michigan man. Pure as it gets.
Got it. It's the modern era. You got to get the transfer portal guys in. Come on, that was a gift from God, though. It was akin to Kenneth Walker last year for Michigan State.
You know what? I would agree with that.
Yeah,
and
100%.
nobody would because it's a center.
Yeah.
But no one would agree with that. But it is true.
He was
dominant.
He was the best O lineman in college football this year.
He'll probably be the highest Michigan draft pick this year, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Maybe Mike Morris. I think they'll be sort of. We'll see. We'll see.
We will see. Speaking of a guy that wears you down, certainly in the bar, he is Spencer Raxter as well. Spenmo, what it do?
What it do? I was cutting it close today, but we made it in there. I had a quick bathroom stop about 5 minutes before the show started. It snuck up on me.
Thank you, Spence. I appreciate that. Everybody.
Korean barbecue last night.
You put one and one together.
This dude, man, when he steps out the bathroom, he's got the biggest smile on his face.
Always.
I mean, usually people use the bathroom, you come out, you go about your business. This dude's like, yeah, man, I feel great.
Honestly, it feels like I just lost 5 pounds.
I'm ready to run a 4.5
Yep.
Oh, my gosh. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. You can get involved in that as well. We got the usual suspects in there. Detroit Dabber, what up, though? Happy Friday. And, yes, happy Friday to all of you also. Alicia, good Friday morning. She also says, go Navy, beat Army. You're wrong, Alicia. You're wrong. We'll talk about that. And speaking of that, and wanted to say hello to Tammy Chin. Glad to see that your dad is doing better, and we're all certainly very happy to see that. But speaking of Army-Navy, and I have the West Point gear on here today. I'll be in the building tomorrow in Philadelphia for the Army-Navy game. And the reason I'm going, you guys know, I lean Army. I've given out the Army as a get-right pick. Spend more racks.
Yeah.
Profited from that.
I have.
Very nicely.
Very nicely.
The reason I'm going, though, and I'm not like a watch Army every single weekend. The reason I'm going, it's a bucket list thing. I'm a big college football slappy. I do. Love college football.
Not a crime.
And which is weird because you would say, well, why do you like Army and Navy football? Because I like offense. I like 5 wide. I like the 50 to 40 games, all that kind of stuff. But I love the option. And that's why I love the service academies, because they all run the option.
You're there for the option? I thought you were there because of the tradition and the fact is Army.
No,
and
it's
Navy
about me, Terry. It's not about the country.
and all
I'm
that
like every
stuff.
other American. It's not about me, or it's not about the country. It's about me.
Okay.
But no, that is a nice kind of little sidebar to it too. It is a rivalry, and Spenmo, as a guy that, and I think we're all leaning this way. Like the Michigan State rivalry has become pretty toxic.
Oh yeah, I love it.
The Army-Navy thing, they're all on the same side when it gets down to real life.
That's fair.
Like they're and it's respectful. They talk their talk, but in the end, they're doing the same operation, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's like a rivalry, like a very organic rivalry.
But they don't fight in the tunnel.
No, they fight in the battlefields.
Okay. Well, I'm saying they don't fight each other in the tunnel.
No, they fight like for real in the battlefields.
Right.
To stay alive. So, that's what it is. But it is a bucket list thing for me. I always want to do this. I want to see Notre Dame USC in Notre Dame at one point. I've never been to a game in Notre Dame. I want to see that. I'd like to go to a Super Bowl one time. I know you've been to Super Bowls before, T-Boss.
I think I have participated in just about most people's bucket lists, and even bucket list items they've never even thought of. I mean, I've been to every major professional sports championship: the Super Bowl, Stanley Cup Finals, Major League, World Series, everything. I think one of the things I would like to. I have never been to Augusta. So I would like to do that, but I have been to the U.S. Open. I went. I was even at the the Bel Air Country Club, whatever it was in L.A. when they were looking for OJ. He wasn't there, but I was there.
When they were looking for OJ, I like that one. I
Been
like
to
that
Wimbledon, which I had a great time at Wimbledon.
Right.
Met some witches. Went out with them.
Your Sun Bowl experience.
Oh, Sun Bowl. See, Sun Bowl is not a bucket list item, but what happened at the Sun Bowl is a bucket list item.
That is true. that certainly is true. But no, I wanted to get all of you involved as well. What are some of the bucket list things? WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Alicia says, my dad is a Navy vet. My uncle is an Army vet. Adiz 411 says, my father's a 72 grad of the Naval Academy. And that's another thing, too, about the Army-Navy football game. There is some kind of tie. My dad obviously was in the Army.
Right.
Was in the Academy, but was in the Army and stuff like that. So it is one of those things where there is a connection for everybody somewhere down the line. T-Foss, you said Augusta would kind of be your thing. Is that like your lead bucket list thing?
I haven't been there.
You haven't been there. So there you have it. What do you got, Sam Flannel? Would you like to see Michigan win a national championship of their own in the face mask era?
I mean, that would be nice. I would love to see it. Hey, we might see it happen this year. Who knows? But I kind of hit my bucket list item last year. I went to see Michigan, Ohio State at the Big House. A Michigan victory over Ohio State was the single greatest sporting event I've ever been to in my life. As far as one that I haven't been to, I'm like you, Neal. I'm a big-time college football slappy, so I would like to go see the Iron Bowl in Tuscaloosa, be a part of the tailgate, be a part of the whole experience. I think that would just be insane, and I want to kind of compare that experience to Michigan, Ohio State, kind of the two preeminent rivalries in college football. I just know they're serious about their football down south. I would love to be a part of that atmosphere.
Yeah, and that is something too. I think would be very, very cool. But like I said, for me, Super Bowl. The Masters, I guess. You kind of have to, if you like golf at all, that is kind of the ground zero.
It's not even like in golf. It's like in golf courses.
Well,
it's
Neal,
supposed to be one of the greatest golf courses ever.
The Open.
I tell you what
ground
else is
zero.
cool? Pebble Beach, man.
Yeah.
Yipes. It costs you $17 just to drive down the street to get there. I mean, they're getting your money there.
What about you, Spenmo? What are you trying to do?
I want to go see a Knicks game at MSG. That'd be very cool.
You know what? Pardon to my interruption, but we argued about that. I said, Spencer, you'd be disappointed.
Yeah.
I don't like Madison Square Garden. I know it's in a great spot.
It's the Mecca.
It's the Mecca and everything. That arena sucks. It really does.
that could be a whole nother thing, right? Like the bucket list things that are overrated.
Yeah.
I guess you could say. But what about you, Spenmo? What do you got?
Yeah, so MSG is one. Seeing Duke UNC in Cameron, that'd be one that I'd really want to see.
Man, Spenmo's
cool.
2 for 2. I've heard Cameron is kind of a dump too.
Yeah,
It is a dump, but it's
The
a dump
atmosphere.
in a traditional way.
Yeah, and then the Masters would be really sweet to go to as well.
Yeah.
But
So-
it's, Cameron is not so much about the building; it's about the atmosphere and the fact that the students are right there. And
Yeah. Also,
So-
the Rose Bowl. The Rose Bowl would be really cool to go to. I've never
Yeah.
been there.
You know what? Yeah, and I didn't even think about that. I've always wanted to go to the Rose Bowl too.
Yeah.
Just the whole, like the whole setup.
The granddaddy of them all.
Yeah, the granddaddy of them all. That I'll never forget that photo of the Oregon Chrome helmet. With the pink sunset going on too. That year that Oregon was playing in there, that was pretty cool too. Like just the picturesqueness.
yeah, but you guys
of it
blew
all.
it. You didn't go to the Rose Bowl when it meant something.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it'll mean something in the next 2 years.
Yeah, I guess.
Alicia also says Camp Randall and Virginia Tech home games. Oh, and the Red River rivalry. Clomp Sauce, a game at LSU would be cool.
That would be very cool.
How about this? The world's largest cocktail party. Now, yes, Georgia plays Florida, but I heard the whole week is on blast. You go down there, have a good time. I tell you, one of my things I really love, the Super Bowl week. When you're in the Super Bowl city for the whole week, and the parties and all that great. We've got to experience that here in Detroit, but I've done that in Atlanta and New Orleans, and we had a blast.
When it was here, I went to a couple of the parties, and it was a lot of fun.
Okay.
The party at the Detroit Science Center, I still think about that all the time. Like, it was just like a free-for-all,
Right.
Party, drinking at the Science Center where you went as a kid, like on a field trip.
Right.
It was wild. You set your drink on that you drop like the marbles in there, and it spins around and around and around, and now you got a rum and Coke just sitting on the top of
Right.
it.
Bam. That's fun. But a lot of times, the games are not the most interesting thing to me. It's the lead up to
It's the lead up to the game and the post game.
Also, the Olympics would be sweet to go to.
Yeah, like the opening ceremonies.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool to
Yeah.
see. You're right. Pete Smith says bucket list to go to a World Cup final match. The electricity for that would be sweet, I would bet. Steven Syrick, Kentucky Derby and Indy 500, Daytona 500. Kentucky Derby's up there for me, too.
Yeah, I've not been to the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, I
Terry
always...
just wants to wear cool hats.
Yeah, and wear the linen suit and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
You know I'm getting me a hat.
Hell yeah.
Shoot.
You don't have one in the repertoire that you would bust out already?
I don't have. No. The hat. If I go to the Kentucky Derby, that hat hasn't been bought yet.
That's fact.
And probably I can't afford the damn hat. I'm getting it anyway.
Hell yeah.
Well, just spend the money for it, T-Foss, and then win it back on the race. That's what I would do.
Oh yeah, but my horse finished third to last, and there's no money for that.
Right. But also, too, remember, I did give away, and I will be in the building, so you know it's guaranteed to hit, for those that missed it yesterday, the Get Right Special,
Yeah.
the over on the Army-Navy game, 32.5. I know the unders hit the last 14 years. I don't care. If they're good enough to defend your freedom, they're good enough to score 32.5 points combined in a football game.
That's
But
fair.
you know that game has hit the under 14 years in a row?
Right. I don't care. I'm flying right in the face of it.
All right, go ahead.
32 isn't a lot. Like,
Well, that's my thing. Like, 17-17's a winner.
yeah.
16-16 is a winner. 14-14 gets you to overtime. Like, there's tons of ways to get there.
I feel it. I like it.
13-13 gets you to overtime.
I like
But
it.
14-13 is a loser,
It is a loser.
and that's what the score is going to be.
well, but that is the rub though, Terry, because it is, our nation service academies, the kicker position comes into play. An extra point is not a given.
Okay, it's going to be 14-10.
14-10?
So go
That's
the
what you
under.
got. All right, I got 14-14 going to overtime.
All right.
So that's what I have.
You hard-headed. You just love
Okay,
your
T-Foss.
Army so
this
much.
is America, T-Foss. These are the people that defend your freedom.
I understand,
They can get
but-
together and score 32.5
All right,
points in a
brother,
game.
We're not 100%.
T-Foss, 30-9.
That's true.
30-9.
Okay, but
Argue
you
it.
never bet an over/under, so shut up.
That is also true.
No, I've done one. I want to say I've done one. I don't know. All I know is when
Now
I
you
pick a
don't
game. All I know is I pick a game 39 times. I've been right 30.
Okay, so you're taking over.
We're over 32.5. We're flying right
Don't
into
make
the
it get
face
right.
of it.
Just do it.
But yeah, it is Army-Navy weekend, as we talked about, so you guys know that certainly, too, we'll be doing our Detroit Lions hometown hero as well, and we have him in studio as well, and we'll talk to him when we come back. We are getting into Lions-Vikings as well. Got a little number for you about the Minnesota Vikings, and I've gone back and forth on this. You know I'm terrified. And oh, by the way, nice effort, Raiders.
Yeah.
Nice effort last
What
night.
chumps.
And I have a couple of things that have happened since the Lions began their playoff push that I'm not feeling. So we'll get into it. The tie, all of it. We got a lot to get to today, Spenmo.
I love it.
I do too. I love it. I'm ready to go.
Now, the people call you stupid because you said the tie didn't hurt the Lions?
Yes, I got that on Twitter a lot. I said it hurt the Lions. They didn't understand it.
So why do they think?
We're going to get into that, Terry.
All right.
I'll break down the math for everybody. It's very, very simple. I need some energy. I think I'm going to have like a turkey and Swiss sandwich to get right.
Okay.
Yeah, but we can't talk about that right now. We got to talk about Swiss Insurance. With the holiday season here, Swiss Insurance wants their money to insure those gifts of jewelry or collectibles. In the last 2 weeks, Swiss has saved its clients an average of 26% on their insurance premiums while increasing coverage. That's a lot of money to free up for the giving season. Happy holidays from Swiss Insurance, and go blue.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff-A Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward in Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff-A Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991, yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Neal Ruhl here for Bedrock Detroit, and downtown Detroit's all decked out this holiday season with the return of the Cadillac Lodge and the Monroe Street Midway. The Midway has a giant slide, winter bumper cars, an indoor arcade, plus you can grab drinks at the Lodge before or after games downtown. Shop, eat, and play downtown all winter long with DeckedOutDetroit.com. Back at it here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Terry Foster, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here with you. Happy to have you all along for the ride. And going to be getting into Lions and Vikings coming up in just a couple of minutes. And by the way, it's become a very hot ticket in town.
I know it's like $200-300
to get in
for
the
a Lions
door.
Game?
It's electric.
Damn.
It is absolutely electric. That atmosphere is going to be electric. And you know, it is always electric, too, when the Lions pay homage to the Detroit Lions hometown hero. The guy that you will see out there on the field is here in studio on Big D Energy. Chief Billy Murphy of the U.S. Navy joins us, currently serving, as a matter of fact. And Chief Murph, I have to ask you this. Like, when we say you recently got off deployment,
Yes, sir.
you recently got off deployment.
That's 100% yes.
So
Came off last Tuesday.
last Tuesday.
Last Tuesday.
So they brought you in just for the interview here on Woodward Sports, and I take
They
it,
did.
right?
They did. They did. They let me come out a little early just for this right here.
I love it. I love it. But Chief Murph, as he's known, graduated from Garden City High School. He joined the Navy in 2006, spent the next 3 years working in submarines for the Pacific Fleet, and would deploy multiple times on multiple ships for the next 16 years.
Hey, Murph, when you came over, were you on the same plane with Brittany Griner?
I wasn't.
Okay.
But,
My God.
I wasn't.
Oh, so you had to come
about
by
that.
boat. She got to fly.
She got to fly. I was on the boat, in
All
a little
right.
rack, you know,
right.
having great
Terry.
food.
While serving, let me put this back on the rails. While serving on the USS Sampson in 2016, Chief Murphy was routed to New Zealand after the Kaikoura earthquake and would be one of only 12 sailors to receive the humanitarian award for that mission. Married to his wife, Jacqueline, since 2014. She was ashore in San Diego to welcome her husband home just 10 days ago after completing another 6-month deployment on the maiden voyage of the USS Tripoli for his dedicated and honorable honorable service to our nation. Chief Murphy has received multiple service awards, including 5 Navy and Marine Corps Service Medals, a Humanitarian Award, and Certified Master's Trainer certification, again from Garden City, currently living in San Diego, but joining us here in Detroit while he's home on leave. Of course, he is United States Navy Chief Billy Murphy. And there's a ton of things I want to get into. The football game, both the Lions and this little Navy, Army game that's going on as well. But Chief Murph, let's talk about that. A career, man. You've given a lifetime to the U.S. Navy and your country.
It's still going. It's
still going. Yeah. Where's the end? Is the end in sight?
So far the plan. First, I want to say thank you for having me on here.
Oh, of course,
thank
man.
you for the Detroit Lions for honoring me. But so the end. Who knows? But the goal as of right now is do 22 years, finish out my sea time, and then go on shore duty and hopefully retire off shore duty. So that'd bring me out to 22 years, but
But who knows what'll happen,
exactly,
right?
Exactly.
You guys, that's an amazing thing to me, T. They're always ready to roll. Every single man, woman we talk to, they're always ready to roll at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, you got to be. Because if you relax, you never know what's going to happen.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Robert Colosia says San Diego says hello, Chief. So people in San Diego watch the show as well. They say hello. A lot of thank you for your service. Clomp Sauce, thank you for your service, sir. Honolulu Blue Sparty, thank you for your service. Rad Dad Scott says T-Foss, you're a savage. Yes, he absolutely is. But what about that, Chief Murph? I mean, what's that going to mean to you? And look, I know you don't do this for honors or accolades or anything like that. But at the same time, I would imagine it's going to be pretty cool to walk out there on that field.
Oh, absolutely. I've been a huge fan forever, in our blood, but not going to say I'm a hero or anything like that. Just I got my wife, she wrote in a message and I just got lucky. Never thought it would ever happen, ever. Never in my life, but it's definitely an honor and super pumped for it.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Al Johnson says, go Navy, ex-Navy man here. So let's get into it, Chief Murph. Army, Navy. What do you got, Navy, 55-10?
100% going Navy. 100% going Navy.
Hey, but, the people would be on side. And look, I think no matter what side of this rivalry that you're on, the cool thing about it, T, is as I was talking to you about, this is the one rivalry that is not toxic. Because in the end, they are on the same side, like
Right.
literally.
Yeah, except, when you're on the football field and those guys and the people in the stands and everything, I'm sure they're not fighting each other. We can't have rivalries without toxicity.
I know, and I'm a fan of that. But Chief Murph, I think I echo everybody's sentiments here that follow the get right pick and everything like that. No matter what side you're on, Army or Navy, a common ally to everyone is over 32.5 points. Can you give me that at least?
I'll go with that. That's fine.
See, Spenny?
Okay. Hey, bro, I got bad news. Final score is going to be 10-6.
Well, and we're getting a lot of that, too. Ethan Brown says Army wins 12-10, 6 safeties to 5.
Right.
But no, there is something about it. And I don't know, how big of a, you big college football guy, too?
Go Blue.
Go Blue. All right, so he's a Michigan fan, too. But what I love is not just the rivalry angle of it, the option, the wishbone, all that kind of stuff. That's college football to me. That's why it's great.
100%.
So Lions, Vikings, you're going to be there, honored on the field. Your Detroit Lions on a heater right now. What's your take, man? Can this team get the job done or what?
Well, we'll see what's going to happen. I was able to watch Hard Knocks for the first time on the fly over here. So Dan Campbell, he's getting them pumped. So let's go. I think they got it.
Well, that flight was long enough. You could probably watch all. Did you watch all the episodes?
I watched all of the episodes. Yes, I did.
You could watch the whole season, as a matter of fact, of the Lions.
I wasn't able to watch on deployment, so that was my chance to finally watch it.
Yeah, but Navy's getting a lot of love here in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. A lot of people got a lot of love for you as well. Dirty South Wolverine wants to know, though, how's Navy going to block that 6'7" Army defensive in Carter the third? This is an NFL high-level NFL draft pick for Army. Does that worry you at all?
No, not at all.
What are you going to say? What are you going to say to a serviceman when he says he's not worried? That makes me feel good, actually.
Say, cool.
Absolutely.
I got to go Navy because one of those guys might be my division officer or captain one day. So you never know.
Man's about business. Absolutely. You certainly do. You do have to respect that. Well, Chief Billy Murphy, we appreciate you coming through. We appreciate your service, and we'd appreciate it, too, if you make sure that Navy and Army go over 32.5 points. Is that a deal?
Deal.
All right.
Deal.
That's the one thing he can't do.
Yeah, I know. I figured I'd ask. Big thank you, too, to my guy, Ronnie Cyrus, for setting it all up. Chief Billy Murphy, everybody, of the United States Navy. Recently home on deployment as of like a couple days ago, but you'll see him at Ford Field, and certainly grateful for his time. Spenmo, tell him about Moneyball, man.
I will, because Moneyball is the only way to ball, and you can check out Moneyball Sportswear. It's your one-stop shop for athletic apparel. Whether you're looking for the latest look in athletic apparel or you need new uniforms for your team, Moneyball has it all. Stop in a Moneyball showroom in Southfield and experience the only way to ball, or visit them online at moneyballsportswear.com.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Goff, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions, featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Jeff Okuda and Wicked Awesome Wishes present Hope for the Holidays. Jeff Okuda gives his financial support, time, and love for the city of Detroit with Chad Johnson and his amazing foundation, Wicked Awesome Wishes. Together, Jeff and Chad have been game planning all year long to make this Christmas one to remember for underprivileged children and their families. Special thanks to Lions players Amon-Ra St.Brown, Tracy Walker, Will Harris, and more, along with Lions alumni Lomas Brown and Joyak Bell, and the awesome people at Lighthouse Coolidge Community Building in Oak Park. Together, we'll make sure every child has new shoes, warm coats, hats, and socks, plus free haircuts to help everyone feel their best. And don't forget Woodward Sports, Braylon Edwards, Ryan Ermanni, and Darren McCarty will be there too. Hope for the holidays from Jeff Okuda and Wicked Awesome Wishes.
Neal Ruhl here for Planet Fitness, the official studio sponsor of Woodward Sports and also home of the Judgment Free Zone. You can work out for just $10 a month. The Black Card, that's what I am. You know how I operate. The Black Card, unlimited guest privileges, access to the hydro massage. Basically, you own the place. And you have access to over 2,000 Planet Fitnesses worldwide as well. You can join today in club. You're going to pass a couple on the way home. Feel free to do that way, or jump on that computer, go to planetfitness.com. I was just over there today. It was 10K Friday. 60 minutes on that treadmill, Spenmo. 6-0.
Is that all?
That was it. It's a grind, but hey, man, we do it, and we do it at Planet Fitness, because at Planet Fitness, your fitness is essential. Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Terry Foster, Spenmo Rax, and of course Sam Flannel here in the house as well. Happy to have you all with us. Clomsaw says, have fun Sunday, Captain. It is absolutely deserved. Again, we can talk about the Lions and their follies over the last 30 years. The hometown hero is something they do right, Terry. Correct. They do it well.
Yeah, and it makes everybody in the building feel good. Even if the Lions are losing, you can feel good for that 4 or 5 minutes.
35 seconds, 45 seconds, no doubt about that. All right, people want to know too, when you're looking up, are you watching soccer? We do have it on in the studio right now. Croatia, Brazil, 0-0 as it sits right now in the 74th minute. Your thoughts, Terry?
It's a great game. Croatia is a volleyball club, and Brazil is the only country that I really watch religiously. This is the only country I root for to win.
I like Brazilian volleyball.
Except for the U.S. Yeah, Brazilian volleyball is great.
That's great.
Yeah. So anyway, Lions, Vikings. Of course you do, Spenmo. Of course you do. Lions-Vikings. Huge game. I do want to say this, though, real quick, and address last night what happened. Where your Raiders went full Raiders and allowed Baker Mayfield to go 98 yards at the end of the game and score a touchdown and win the game for the Rams.
Is that the same Baker Mayfield that just got cut? Is this a new Baker Mayfield?
No, it's the same one. It's the exact same one, which knocked the Rams down to the 4th pick in the NFL draft, which isn't a death sentence yet because as it sits, and I always consult the fine friends at tankathon.com for my up-to-the-minute situation and how the NFL draft stands. It did allow Denver to slide in front of the Rams, so now Denver with the 3rd pick. But Denver may be looking for a quarterback. I would be.
I would be, too.
I would look for a quarterback without action figure hair.
I saw a mock draft that had Jalen Carter falling to 6, which I can't see happening.
I can't either, but...
Yeah.
It's about who's picking where, though. But anyway, though, the moral of the story is this, and I want to see if you guys think that this is funny. Not funny, ha-ha, but, like, very on brand. I would say the Lions' playoff push started at about 3:38 last Sunday afternoon. Is that fair? Once it became a lead that even the Lions couldn't blow? Mm-hmm. Is that fair for everybody? That's when we all kind of got sucked in, right,
Sure.
T-Foss? Mark me here. We're good?
And Neal, Walter Briggs in the chat, that's Seattle's pick.
Correct.
But
it's based on Denver's record.
Yeah.
Which, it does go to Seattle. And Seattle's
getting a quarterback for sure.
That's what I meant to say. Thank you, Walter, for marking me on that. So, since the Lions playoff push started at 3:38 on Sunday, so immediately you turn your attention to the Commanders-Giants game. Mm-hmm. And they tie.
Right.
The one outcome you can't have. They tie. Okay? Fast forward to last night. The Rams. Now the tank, we can try to win games and still want a team to tank. It's the best of both worlds. I believe Van Halen sang that song.
Right. So everything's going great. 16-3.
Everything's going
and
great.
Baker Mayfield is on the field for the LA Rams.
At his own 2-yard line.
Right.
With no timeouts at the end of the game. Takes him down the field and scores. We have had two things that we've kept our eyes on since this started, and we're 0 for 2. And it's been impossible-ish that's happening. I'm just saying, guys, I'm getting a bad feeling about Sunday now. I am, Terry.
Well, and you should, because when you look at the history of this team, whenever you guarantee the Lions are going to win, they always lose that game. I remember there was a game in the 90s. They were playing Tampa. Last game of the season. Tampa's like 4-11. And the Lions, all they had to do was win that game to get in the playoffs. They lost. And everybody around town is going to say, this is a guarantee. Lions in the playoffs, yippity, yippity, dippity do. And they lost. But that's why I'm reluctant to say they're going to win a game. Because when you start saying they're going to win a game, they're going to lose it.
And I want the temperature of the room. Let's take it to the streets. The WoodwardSports.com chat poll. Right here, right now. Honest to God. Do you think the Lions are going to win? Because am I right? Is the way I'm feeling the way some people are starting to feel, Sam Flannel? Earlier in the week, we were gung-ho, all of us. But my confidence is eroding.
I'm still gung-ho, honestly. I am as confident that they're going to win this Sunday as I've ever been, and the biggest reason is because the Vikings simply are not a 10-2 football team. They're very, very fraudulent. I have sort of a crazy stat that sort of backs me up on that. So I look a lot of times at point differential in games. So there are 5 teams that have 9 wins or more. The Buffalo Bills have a point differential of plus 124, the Chiefs plus 80, the Eagles plus 112, the Cowboys plus 127, and the Vikings plus 10. All I'm saying, too, is anecdotally, good teams do not get blown out 40-3 at home by the Cowboys. I'm not saying that. I mean, the Vikings have obviously found a way to win games, but the way the Lions are playing right now, I think they should win this game. I think they'll win this game by more than 7 points. I think it'll be another one where it's comfortable, because also the Vikings, their defense has a lot of good personnel, but they're a bottom half of the league defense. They're 22nd in points allowed per game, and what do Lions do well. They've done well all year. They can score. They have one of the best offensive lines in football. Jared Goff is playing some of the best football of his career. Their running game, DeAndre Swift is getting healthy. Jamal Williams is a hammer back there. And also the Lions defense, it's been playing better. Over the last 5 games, they've allowed less than 20 points per game. They're still bottom of the league of the whole season, but they're obviously playing better. They're getting healthier. And do we really think the Vikings are going to be like a 14-3, 15-2 team?
Which was what I said earlier this week. Like, start working back. Are they going to go 8-1 on the road, Terry?
They will not. Impossible. They're not that good.
I know they're not. Here's one that blew me away, you guys. Like, we talk about the Lions' defense and their pass defense. You know who has the worst pass defense in the NFL? The worst.
Vikings.
The Minnesota Vikings.
They allow 4 less yards, total yards from scrimmage than the Lions.
The worst pass defense in the league.
And isn't that funny? Look, whose pass offense absolutely exploded last week and looked unstoppable? The Detroit Lions. Yeah. Amon-Ra St. Do you think the Vikings secondary with that terrible pass defense is going to be able to stop Amon-Ra St.Brown? With the bad pass defense too, this might be the week where Jamison Williams becomes something other than sort of a decoy trying to get his like rookie legs under him. Like I said, I think I am as confident as I've ever been in any game all season that the Lions are going to win, and that hasn't wavered. Maybe I'm a little idealistic, but I don't care. Just everything points to the Lions will win, and they will win comfortably.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Walter Briggs, I had the same feeling, Neal, when I saw that drive. And it's got nothing to do with the Lions. This is what's wild, Terry.
Yeah, but you know those incidents are not linked. There's no connection.
No, but they are.
But
I know that, Terry.
In the grand scheme of life, they are not connected.
I know, but they are.
They are, but they're not.
But they are. Are they linked, Spam? Are they linked?
It feels like it.
Thank you.
It feels like it.
Thank you. They are linked.
Like if the Bears had the Rams pick or something, they definitely would have lost.
There's no question in my mind. Like, and this is what it goes back to for me: that a tie in the NFL.
Yeah, that was
a tie. The second we get involved in the playoff push, there's a tie.
I predicted the Lions a tie last year. I'm just saying.
There's a tie. Baker Mayfield leads a team. They are linked, Terry. I don't care what you say, and that's why I'm wavering as we're going in. I'm wavering. Steven Syrett, Baker is such an SOL move. I know that they're not linked, and I know you're right, Sam Flannel, and I know the rankings are the rankings, and I know the point differential is a point differential, and I thought I was going to be stronger than this, but I'm not. Okay, Neal, I'm not.
You're wrong. They are linked.
Thank you. You see what I'm saying?
Are you ready for the kiss of death?
Oh, God.
No.
I think the Lions are going to win. In fact, they're going to win. I think it's impossible for Minnesota to come in here and win this game.
Yeah, I agree. I guaranteed it. I guarantee the Lions win. 38-24.
You said G word. That G word is the thing that kills them.
Guarantee, like Charles Barkley. 38-24.
I mean, the Lions can only control what they can control. If everything else around them doesn't go according to plan, I mean, wouldn't it be sort of an SOL thing to like win all of these games and still not make it?
Because of a tie.
I mean, that's the thing.
Don't start 1-6.
Absolutely, don't start 1-6.
That's a good point.
That is the greatest point that has ever been given on this show. Don't start 1-6.
Yeah, don't blame everybody else. Blame yourself for starting 1-6.
I am, though, Terry. Like, indirect. I'm pre-blaming us, I guess you could say. It's just I thought I was stronger than this. On Monday,
you're not. The Lions make you weak.
Or let me see. No, on Wednesday we did the show from Big Boy, right? That was Wednesday.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I had conviction. I said Vegas is telling you the Lions are going to win, and then America bought in and slammed the line the other way. There's just so many factors that go into this. And yes, these are baseless. I understand that. I understand that these are not related. Like, linearly, they are not related. But they are. Baker Mayfield taking the Rams down the field to beat the Raiders has no linkage to the Lions-Vikings, except that it does.
What has happened to you? On Wednesday, you were a big, strong,
I was, and I don't know what happened.
Man. They're going to win. Shut up and don't talk to me. Now you're like, oh, guys, woo, I don't know now. I'm scared. 2 days.
Cornelius T, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. In the last 4 or 5 weeks, this defense has been playing like a top 15 defense, in my opinion. And yes,
It's true.
it's true. It is. It's absolutely
They're
true.
the least penalized team in the NFL the past 5 weeks.
Yeah, in the last 5 games, they've allowed less than 20 points 3 times and less than 10 points once. So, like I said, I know what you're saying, Neal. I really do, because...
Are you getting the vibes? Is that fair to ask? Are you getting those vibes from what happened?
No.
I'm not getting those vibes. I understand that things have not gone according to plan. The tie was the worst possible outcome. That Baker Mayfield comeback was inexplicable in every single way, and that Raiders choke. But still, that doesn't have anything to do with whether the Lions win. They can only control what they can control.
The reason Neal is this way is because of 60 years of Lions football.
That's true.
If we were talking about any other team that he loved, he wouldn't be all freaked out and everything. But we've seen the Lions disintegrate at the wrong time. We've seen the Lions win a bunch of games and not make the playoffs because they got themselves in a hole. We've seen weird things happen in other cities that affect the Detroit Lions. So Neal is fighting the ghost of the Detroit Lions for 60 years. He's walking around like this, like...
Neal, you look damn good for 60.
Thank you. I feel like it is. It's like an addiction that you're going through the withdrawals now. Like you're in the room at the center.
Yeah.
And they just close the door and say, "Hey, man, you got to sweat this out."
But that rebuild for the Lions is in, full steam.
100%.
And
I don't waver in that.
And no, and it's probably because Brad Holmes got some help. It's probably because Brad Holmes went to Alta. Because at Alta...
It was a big bog project. It was.
Time matters. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. Have a big project coming up. Alta Rent has you covered. Call them today at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. That's 844-GO-TO-ALTA.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff a Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward and Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff a Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
For a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries at Big Boy. It's not a Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease. Guess what else is new? The bacon blue. How about upgrading those fries? Chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, nacho fries. What will it be? Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
My name is Lee. I've lost 35 pounds on the Custom Health Center program. So the 3 biggest benefits that I've gotten from this program has been, I'm not snoring anymore, I have a lot of energy, it's great, and oh, by the way, look at this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
Back at it here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Terry Foster. Get at us here, woodwardsports.com chat thread. Interact on social media, Twitter handles on the screen. Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here also. Wrap up a little bit of the discussion we were having. I'm not getting a good vibe, and it's got nothing to do with the Lions. It's everything going on around the Lions. It's all conspiring against us. We get in the playoff chase at 3:38. By 4:20, there's a tie that directly affects us, which we're going to talk about in just a second. Baker Mayfield takes a team that he just joined on Wednesday or Tuesday, whatever it was. Takes him 98 yards in the final 2 minutes. Scores a touchdown. Costs us a number 3 draft pick. It's just all of it.
Can I ease your mind? Here's how I can ease your mind. It doesn't matter if the Lions make the playoffs. First of all, the game is going to be on the road, so it's not like you can go down to Ford Field and get drunk and have a good time and celebrate.
But you can still get drunk and have a good time.
Victory. But they'll lose that game anyway. They'll lose the first round of the playoffs, which they've done before in recent years. So what's the big harm? So you shouldn't be all bent out of shape.
And Houston's going to beat Dallas this week.
That's a 17-point underdog. Speak it into existence. Ethan Brown, lots of Lions fans have PTSD. DB Coop 25, Neal is wearing panties today. I mean, I don't know about that.
No, you're wearing panties.
Lewis,
You're wearing panties.
Lewis M says Baker Mayfield broke Neal. You know what? To a degree, I wouldn't say he broke me, but there's a hairline fracture.
Just avoid Maz.
How about
today.
he damaged you?
Yes.
You're damaged.
There's a hairline fracture.
Avoid Maz today. He's going to be taking a victory lap.
For what? That's what I don't understand. You beat the Raiders. And you know what? What did I tell you guys yesterday about this game, though? What did I tell you yesterday about it? Remember Sam Flannel? Plug your nose.
Yeah.
I didn't assign the get right to it, but I said plug your nose and take the Rams with the points.
You did.
Wow. It's David Carr.
Yeah, he was pretty bad.
Yeah, because that's what he is. Every fourth game, he's trash.
And that Josh McDaniels, I don't know.
And you know what? Every time they showed David Carr on the sideline, he had that look on his face like, oh, here it comes. It's coming. We about to get it. Even when they were up, he had the look like, we're going to lose this game.
He knew. We all knew. But that's what it is. Because, again, it goes back to it. And I do want to address this real quick because I got a couple of tweets on it. And I have the question, how much scoreboard watching you guys doing this weekend? You watching the scoreboard?
Yeah, but see, I don't know how to watch a scoreboard in the NFL because you've never had to do it. Even back in the day, here, let me talk to the young people here. The Lions used to make the playoffs like every 3 years.
I don't believe you.
Even then, it's true. They did, I swear. But even when they did that, you didn't really scoreboard watch. What you did is you felt if the Lions took care of their business, they'd get into the playoffs. Now, it didn't work out that way all the time, but I don't think even then people here in Detroit scoreboard watched until maybe the last week of the season. So we don't know how to scoreboard watch except in baseball because that's when you really do it. But I don't think people are going to scoreboard watch.
WoodwardSports.com chat poll. Do you think the Lions will beat the Vikings? 79% of you say yes. So, all right, lock that one up. WoodwardSports.com chat poll. You're going to be scoreboard watching this weekend. Also, WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Zach Conley, Derek Carr, LOL. Yeah, I always get my Fresno State Carrs twisted around all the time. And when I am talking about David Carr, I always say Derek Carr. It's weird, I know, but whatever. D. Carr, that's what I'm going to say from now on. I'm just going to say D. Carr.
Thank you.
From now on. I did want to explain that, though, because there were a couple of people that reached out on Twitter and said, Neal, how can a tie hurt the Lions? So I sent a shot of the standings over to Spenny, and I'm going to break this down real quick for the and there are a good segment of you that do understand how it works. Terry, I trust you know why a tie hurts them.
Saw it immediately.
Yeah, you saw it immediately.
I'm
okay.
surprised you got called a dumbass for that.
I did. There was one that went down the name calling route and stuff like that.
There was one.
There was one that directly.
Always one.
There's always one.
Come on, dude.
But here's why a tie hurts everybody. Because in order for your tie break to kick in, that tie break advantage you have over the Giants or the Commanders, you have to be even in the loss column for that to work out. So when both of them don't lose, you didn't gain any ground in the loss column on them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's nodding their head, right? I feel like I'm doing a math class right now. Class, you with me?
Yes.
We know we're not the dumbasses. We know what's happening.
So as long as you don't gain ground in the loss column, see, here's how it sits up right now as far as a wild card chase goes. With the Giants at 7-4-1 and the Commanders at 7-5-1, you're still 2 losses back of them when they tie. You gain no ground. Is that simple? Now, especially now that I'm showing the work. I'm showing the work to you right now. And the Seahawks, and you're 2.5 games behind the Seahawks because you'd lose out on the tiebreaker to the Seahawks.
Bucks are going to win their division at under 500.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Get ready, America. So that's what it is. It was a damn near crippling blow, Terry. For real. Somebody had to lose.
Yeah, because of your tie, I think it's too early to scoreboard watch. Because essentially, you're 2.5 games behind, but you're 3 games behind with 5 to play.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's a tall task, man. Especially now, Washington plays the Giants again.
Right. They'll tie again. No, they won't.
I mean, if they did tie, at that case, if they did tie, then it would be okay, because those 2 ties equal a loss. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it would pull you back even into a tie situation, but they're not going to tie again.
No.
So the winner of the Washington Giants game, you're probably not going to catch. Is that fair to say?
That is fair. They're gone.
You see what I'm saying?
We're
taking options off the board, and you're 2.5 behind Seattle. It's just not as cut and dry.
Yeah,
so
the math
that's
is getting funky right now.
Yep.
It's fuzzy.
So anyway, though, the moral of the story is Kevin and Muskegon. Gosh, it's hard to believe the Commanders are 7-5-1. You remember that team that came here to Ford Field at the beginning of the year?
They sucked, man. They were bad.
And here they are.
Here they are about to possibly ruin the Lions' playoff chances. And I think the thing about a tie that's so devastating, it obviously hurts. How unlikely is a tie in a season where they're like 2 or 3 every year? All the Lions needed was for someone to win that game and someone to lose, and they tied.
Hey, ties happen.
But like, what are the chances of a tie happening? How many happen every single year in the NFL? 2 or 3?
I said last year before the season started, the Lions would go 2-14-1.
Hey, and
But isn't
very
a tie
close. Very
less
close.
than 1%? When you think about all the games that are played,
It's got to be.
Yes.
See, but Terry, here we go. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Rays plays games. The tie was great. 2 teams you're chasing. Both of them did not get a win.
No, but
you gained a
neither got a
game.
loss.
You gained a game on both of them.
No, you didn't.
I see the Lions winning more games than both the Giants and the Commanders. Ray, it's the loss column, man. You need losses. You need someone to lose. Doesn't matter who. They didn't gain any ground. I don't know how many times we got to go over. See what I'm talking about, Terry?
Yeah, I think people don't understand this. They erroneously look at wins. Just keep winning.
It's not wins, it's losses.
It's the loss column. That's how you're going to tie break stuff. That's how you determine who's ahead of who. And have fewer losses.
The Lions held the head-to-head tiebreaker over both of these teams, but thanks to the tie, that means nothing.
Well, that's the thing. They have the tiebreaker over both the Giants and the Commanders, but 9-7-1 gets in over 9-8.
Yes.
I think that's the thing that people are starting to understand, but maybe didn't get at the time. It's about losses. It's about a tie only happens if both teams are tied. 9-7-1 is better than 9-8, and because of that, it's a lot less likely that the Lions are going to catch one of those teams.
Zach Conley says it very well. How are ties still allowed in the NFL? Great question.
That's a great question.
Just keep playing.
Just play another overtime.
You don't want people to get injured. That's what they keep saying.
So you'd rather have a tie?
Not me.
Yeah.
I don't know. What about just take it back to a 15-minute overtime quarter? Because with this 10 minutes, a lot of times you only get 1 possession each.
Yeah, that's stupid. Why a 10-minute overtime?
But hey, Dirty Dr. D says we have to win out to get in for sure, and the stakes have changed now because that is the scenario, and it does start. But I do want to get into it though. The whole Vikings Lions thing, and it amazes me. The Vikings have the worst pass defense in the league. They're only a +9. You said +10.
+10.
And Giovanni Mordecai, no, not a field goal shootout. That's worse than a tie. Nobody wants to see that.
How about we just when you start overtime, like have the whole touchdowns and winner thing?
Yeah.
And then after both teams get the ball, the next score wins.
I like
and just keep playing untimed. Just run the play clock and everything. Just keep playing.
I like that. I like kind of like the college football rules, but obviously you'd have to push it back a little bit because of the pros. So give them the ball at midfield, and if they score, they score. If both teams score and kick the field or extra point, then you got to go for 2 on the next one or something like that. I don't know.
You know what? 10 years ago,
just keep playing.
No, 10
just
years
keep playing
ago,
until somebody scores.
I would have told you to go to hell, but society has changed. I wouldn't mind the NFL starting at the 50-yard line.
Yeah. Like college football rules, but
right.
From the 50, you can't do it from the 30.
You still got to advance the ball to win. You still have to advance the ball to kick a field goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, that's big boy football.
And the other team gets a chance, too. It's not
right.
sudden death.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Pete Smith says the Vikings are more fraudulent than padded bras. Are they?
Yeah, I mean, they're up there.
Yeah, but you know what? Padded bras make stuff look good.
And we talked about this. That is true, Terry. But we talked about this on Heavyweights yesterday. You know, the Lions took the souls of a 10-3 Cardinals team last year.
And broke them as a franchise.
Why can't they do the same thing against the 10-2 Vikings team this year?
I don't know.
Just saying.
I'm just speaking into his existence, everybody. Neal Ruhl here for the Sports Marketing Agency. They help spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast is called This is the S Word. It helps fight the stigma about seeking help. If you're struggling, or you know what? If somebody you know is struggling, go to thesportsma.com. Again, thesportsma.com, the Sports Marketing Agency. They're here to help.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Goff, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Jeff Okuda and Wicked Awesome Wishes present Hope for the Holidays. Jeff Okuda gives his financial support, time, and love for the city of Detroit with Chad Johnson and his amazing foundation, Wicked Awesome Wishes. Together, Jeff and Chad have been game planning all year long to make this Christmas one to remember for underprivileged children and their families. Special thanks to Lions players Amon-Ra St.Brown, Tracy Walker, Will Harris, and more, along with Lions alumni Lomas Brown and Joyak Bell, and the awesome people at Lighthouse Coolidge Community Building in Oak Park. Together, we'll make sure every child has new shoes, warm coats, hats, and socks, plus free haircuts to help everyone feel their best. And don't forget Woodward Sports' Braylon Edwards, Ryan Ermanni, and Darren McCarty will be there too. Hope for the holidays from Jeff Okuda and Wicked Awesome Wishes.
What's going on, everybody? It's Spencer for the Foaling Warehouse in Hamtramck, the home of the original football bowling pin game called Foaling. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play, as well as private lane reservation for $120. If you get thirsty, they got a $2 mystery beer vending machine, as well as multiple fully loaded bars to choose from. So make sure you go check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at foalingwarehouse.com.
Back at it here, pulling up on the second hour of the show. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Terry Foster, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. No D-Mac here today, but happy to have you all with us. WoodwardSports.com, chat thread, fast and furious. Will you be scoreboard watching this weekend? 68% of you say yes, 22% of you say no. And I will, I'm not going to lie, I will be until it's time to not.
I will be too.
I mean, I granted.
I watch Red Zone, so you know.
Oh, do you?
No,
I won't
need
be
the scoreboard watch.
Because you're a little tired. I just think it's too much of a long shot now. But you know, if you can still be in a little bit better position a week from now, I'll scoreboard watch. Just a little tad too soon for me.
Okay, that's fair.
Let's see where is it? Giants are losing to the Eagles. Giants play the Eagles. They're losing.
Where's that game at?
In New York.
They're
losing. Everybody's losing to the Eagles. It doesn't matter where.
The Giants are fraudulent too. But all
right. You know what then? Okay, fair. Let's do it this way then.
Commanders have a bye.
Are the Eagles going to go undefeated on the road this year?
Possible.
Yeah, probably.
I'd give them a chance to do that.
Run game and defense, they follow you on the road.
Okay.
Nah, the Eagles have a road game at Dallas on Christmas Eve. That's when they're going to get their one.
They'll lose
road.
that one.
They'll lose that one, but I agree with Spencer. I think they're going to win at New York and win pretty comfortably. The Giants are not good.
They're not good. But, guys, these games happen in a vacuum.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just totality and stuff like that.
I know, but see, the way
the same thing that we say about the
wins-
Vikings, T-Foss, like, well, this can't continue. Are they going to go 8-1 on the road? No. Why does it apply to the Vikings and not the Eagles?
Because at some point, the Eagles take control of the game. This is our game. Ain't anything you can do about it. And the Vikings are struggling the whole game. Like, oh, God, we're struggling here. It's a dogfight. Every inch of ground is precious. And the Eagles take over games. It might be for 2 seconds, but they take over a game and just say, proclaim this game to be theirs. That's the difference.
Jalen Hurts threw for 380 yards last week, so
he's just a monster.
I was told he's mid. Remember that?
He's MVP mid.
Remember those discussions?
Yeah, he's not going to be in the league this year.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm just saying. John Mayer, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Neal, Army, go
John
Navy,
Mayer.
beat Army. Hashtag USMC. Thanks for your service, John. Appreciate it. No doubt
Thanks for your
about
songs,
that.
too. Big John Mayer fan.
I bet. Elijah Rushing says we need to worry about the Vikings. So here's where it is, guys. NFL worst passing defense on the road.
Oh, sorry.
Spence, look, he's locked into World Cup right now. Look at him.
I mean, it's exciting. Oh, it's exciting.
So anyway, though, we do, and I can't. I'm not as confident as I was on Monday or Wednesday. As the moment of truth comes at hand, just help me, you guys. Give me the why, and not just as simple as they got the worst pass defense, and look at what the Lions did passing the football. Give me the magic. Give me the why.
I go with the Minnesota is not going to win a bunch of road games for the rest of the season like this. Minnesota, the law of averages catches up with you. The old saying, the cream rises to the crop or to the top. At some point, Minnesota is going to come back down to earth.
I agree.
And, why not now? Because you see magic happen in the NFL. Doesn't last forever. Unless it's Tom Brady. Unless it's San Francisco back in the day. Unless it was the Rams last year. But even then, it was a struggle every point of the way.
Here's one for Spenmo. Pete says they have Kirk Cousins at quarterback, Neal. All right, the Lions have Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Bam.
It's apples to apples. Like, you can't really say, oh, we got the quarterback advantage. I mean, it's pretty close. They're pretty similar. Jared Goff might be a little more stable, I'd say, but Kirk Cousins has a bigger arm. But you see what the Lions did to the Vikings in the beginning of the year, where they should have won that game on the road against the Vikings with a far worse team than they're putting out there now. The reason they lost that game was because Tracy Walker got injured, and they had, I don't remember if it was Juju Hughes or Kirby Joseph that came in and didn't really know the position, didn't know the defense. That's not the case anymore. Kirby's going to be back there. He knows what he's doing. He's not going to let up broken coverage touchdowns.
And that's fair.
To KJ Osborne.
Yeah, and that was the Aruarie extravaganza, penalty extravaganza. Yeah. And that's fair. Kevin and Muskegon. Why? Because Hutch is going to sack Cousins twice. This would be a nice time,
that would
right?
Be nice.
Sam Flannel?
Yeah, no, that would. If Aiden Hutchinson can get to Kirk Cousins, I will feel even more confident that the Lions will beat the Vikings. And here's, how we talk about how this Vikings 10-2 is just completely inexplicable in so many ways. We've talked about all the stats, how they only have a plus 10 point differential, how their passing defense is terrible. Kirk Cousins is having statistically maybe his worst season as a starter. He has the lowest rating he's had since he's been a starter for this season, but somehow they just win games.
How is this happening?
It's weird.
It's because they've won nine one-score games. 9 one-score games, and both of their losses were complete blowouts. They were by a combined 54 points. It's just sometimes the ball bounces your way in a season, and that's why I think the Lions can win, because the Vikings can't just play with fire. They can only play with fire so often. They can only get so many breaks so often. They can only go against the Buffalo Bills when they completely melt down so often. They can only go against the Dolphins who are missing Tua so often. They've been just the luckiest, most fortunate team in the league this year. And the Lions are playing their best football. They're coming on at the right time. They're getting healthy at the right time. I don't think you should be that worried, Neal. I think the Lions got this one.
I do too.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, real cream of wheat. Cream of wheat always rises to the top, Neal. Yeah, to the top of the shelves at the store because no one's reaching up top there to buy any of that stuff. Go to your store right now. There will be not one box of cream of wheat missing.
That's because it's sold out.
Yeah?
No. They're always, and everything around it can be out with all the supply chain issues and everything, except cream of wheat is always perfectly stacked right there on the top shelf.
Because they get new shipments every day.
No, because they put it up top because they just want it out of the way and they don't have to deal with it, and that's it.
They told my dad he should eat cream of wheat when he had his surgery. I didn't buy him any, though.
And why not? If it's so great, why not?
He'd rather have applesauce.
I'd rather have air.
Air, yeah.
I'll eat this air instead of cream of wheat. Ransom, the history of the Army-Navy game, not a lot of matches with over 30-plus points, Neal. It's always a dogfight. No, I understand that. It's where the 32.5 comes into play. The 13-13, the 14-14, the 17-17. There's a lot of outs. It's almost like I'm almost doing this like poker.
It's going to be 10-6.
No chance. No chance. Army's shown the propensity, though, to have the big rushing play. They have. You know when your money was on the line, Svenmo?
Yeah.
Remember when I guaranteed
they got
400-plus yards of rushing?
They came through.
Came through.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be cracking my ass off watching the game in the fourth quarter when it's 3-0 Navy and Army's got the ball at their own 2-yard line with 6 minutes left in the game. I'm going to say, man, yeah, that 34 points right around the corner, fellas, right around the corner.
Oh, man. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. How many one-score games have the Lions won? And I don't have the rundown in front of me. Actually, I probably could, though, real quick. Let's just take a look.
It'd be 3, right? Because the Giants in Jacksonville were, I think it would be 3 off the top of my head. No, wait.
Packers,
the
Bears.
No, Commanders wasn't a one-score
That's right.
game.
They've
Packers and
won 2.
Bears.
Wow, that is pretty crazy.
I don't know, man. I'm just not as. I started out as confident as everybody. I'm just not now, Terry. I don't know what to say about it.
I mean, but what about
the Packers only scored 9 points? That is crazy.
Does it? I mean, when I was mentioning times where the opponents have outplayed the Vikings and then still lost and melted down, the Lions outplayed the Vikings in Week 3, but they kind of melted down in that game. They should have won that game.
Dan Campbell said that game will haunt him for the rest of his life.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of what we always talk about, Dan Campbell's coaching
That's
decisions.
another reason to pick the Lions. Like, week after week, every team wants to win a football game. But when it's a mission, you have a propensity to play better. When this man says, I'm going to remember this game the rest of my life, that means the Vikings are in red letters. This is a game that the message has gotten through. You cannot lose this game. You cannot lose this game. You cannot lose this game. This is personal. And so that's another reason why I would say the Lions would probably win this game.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Dirty Dr. D. They're good enough to protect your country and good enough to cover the spread. He attributed that quote to me. That is fair. I did use that before. I used that earlier in the season. This time, though, Dirty Dr. D, they are good enough to go over 32.5 points. The service academies and our armed forces have proven that they have covered every spread ever.
I threw $100 on your Army pick last time and it worked out.
There you have it. That's exactly it. That's almost as good of a bet as getting your hair cut at Lady Jane's.
Absolutely. Come to Lady Jane's for an award-winning experience and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's Wicked Awesome.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff a Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward and Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff a Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
The Sports Marketing Agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zaniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
All right, time to talk about Phillips. No, not South African cricketer and tennis player, multi-sport athlete Ivor Phillips, but Michael Phillips. Looking to buy or sell your home, whether you're a player or a fan, helping you buy, sell, or invest is Michael Phillips' top priority. Being in the game for 23 years makes Mike the #1 option for anyone. If you have real estate needs, call Michael Phillips at 313-403-0011. That is 313-403-0011.
No, what's the keeper doing right there?
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neymar has scored in the first extra time session. Brazil has a 1-0 lead. Electric goal by Neymar, too. And I give Neymar a lot of crap, but that was high level. Even Spencer says it was high level.
Why you give him crap?
Because I think he's soft. But
I mean, he's a soccer player.
Everything on the line, he delivered. He did. So there is that. Here's a good one for you guys.
No.
And just to let you behind the curtain. We, as a network, we all have a text thread that we're all on. And I didn't catch the birth of it. However, I saw the eye of the storm of it.
It was just Stick being a fanboy.
I don't know if you guys saw that stat that was going around social media that Jared Goff has, what was it, like, I forget the particulars of it.
It was like less interceptions than Josh Allen, or a better touchdown ratio than Josh Allen, more touchdowns than
better
Aaron
completion
Rodgers.
Percentage than Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but it's like it didn't factor in Josh Allen's 5 rushing touchdowns.
All right, well, just stop right there, Spenny. So we got to arguing about it, and
we don't argue. We were discussing.
it. Yeah, that's what you want to say.
Yes,
that's what you want to say. So I got to thinking about it, and who was on the list? It was Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady was on that list, right?
Yes.
I
think that was it.
I think Mahomes, right?
I can't remember.
I think he has less interceptions.
I think it was Mahomes and maybe Burrow. Okay, and so somebody in our thread said, "There's no way that any of those teams would take Goff over the quarterback they have," and I piped in. And I said, well, there's one team on that list that would. The Green Bay Packers, here now, would take Jared Goff over Aaron Rodgers. So we got to thinking about it. How can we relate it to you guys? And so here it is. For the Detroit Lions this week, who would you rather have start the game? Aaron Rodgers or Jared Goff? If we could just snap our fingers, do your stairs, you could do it all by yourself and make Aaron Rodgers a starting quarterback for the Detroit Lions this week. Who would you guys go with right now?
Oh my God!
Right here, right now. Who would you go with today?
I'm about to lose a friend.
Yeah.
I love Spencer. I think he likes me.
I like you a
lot. We speak
Terry.
to each other.
I love you, Terry.
But for this game, I would take Jared Goff. Because something's wrong with Aaron Rodgers. His thumb is jacked up. He's in a pissed off mood. Just for one game, I would take Jared Goff, because at least he's healthy. And even if it's fake, he's making something happen. Aaron Rodgers, when you see him throw, when you see him play, there's something wrong. Now, if we're talking about week 1 for next year, give me Aaron Rodgers. But there is something
right here, right now.
Okay, the injury
and mentally wrong with Aaron Rodgers. You want no part of it. And here's the other thing. This dude's going to come out and cuss out all his receivers except Amon-Ra St.Brown and say, y'all don't know how to catch the football. This is not Aaron Rodgers caliber. So this guy could disrupt your whole team because he is in an asshole mood right now.
WoodwardSports.com chat poll. Who would you rather have start for the Lions this week? Jared Goff, 71%. Aaron Rodgers, 29%. Spenmo said he would leave if Jared Goff won this poll. Your response, Spen? It's not over, Spenny. Hold on. You can't leave. You can't leave. It's not over yet.
There's no way Aaron Rodgers is winning this now.
No.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Patty
Benny,
Grimes.
we still talking? We still on good terms? Or?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I love you, Terry.
Patty Grimes.
I understand the injury aspect of it, but he looked pretty good throwing those touchdowns to Christian Watson. Like 7 touchdowns the past 4 weeks or something like that to Christian Watson. So we're talking about the back-to-back MVP here, or Jared Goff.
And you guys know where I'm at with it. I would take Goff in a second because I don't want Rodgers' $100 million cap hit for next year.
No. Money doesn't apply for one game, pal.
But this was my logic in all of that.
It was.
This was my logic in all of that. The Green Bay Packers would take Jared Goff in a second right now over Aaron Rodgers. Going forward, forever. If they could make that trade, they would.
I don't think so because they paid him. If you didn't want him, why'd you pay him?
Because they're stupid.
Well, that's fair.
Because they're stupid. And, look at what it did to him. And they're married to this guy now. If Rodgers decides he wants to retire in the offseason, he destroys that franchise.
I hope he does.
Destroys
the
it.
Packers.
Because they would have a $100 million cap hit on next year's cap.
And here's the thing. He don't care.
No.
So I'll leave.
So that's it. WoodwardSports.com chat there. Patty Grimes. Golf is better than people think. Joe VZ19. I clicked Rodgers by accident. Robert Colosia. Neal, stop. Spencer only cares about fantasy stats. He's a millennial version of Norm from Cheers.
If I cared about fantasy stats, I would say, yeah, Goff's great. That doesn't even make sense. Goff is having a great fantasy year. Robert Colosia doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
Dirty South Wolverine. What's up with the pickle pizza? Are they any good? Seems odd. I've never heard of it.
They're delicious.
They slap, as the kids would say.
Very good.
Ethan Brown said they've paid Rodgers for the past. Exactly. And that's where they made their mistake. And now they're married to the guy no matter what.
That's what the NFL does. You get paid for the past.
Larry Brown says Rodgers with all these weapons all day long. Your response to that, Terry?
I don't like a disruptor in my dressing room, particularly this late in the season. I think Rodgers would find fault with the Lions, and
exploit it.
Cancer will spread through the dressing room.
And I didn't even think about it from that aspect. I'm salty. You all are so effing dumb. I think that's Spenmo's burner chat thread. For me, it's financial. That's what it is, because he has destroyed the Packers franchise to the point where they will never recover. It was him or Devontae Adams. They chose him. How's it working? How's it looking?
Not looking good, but you pick your quarterback over. Except when he's acting like this, and he has the way he's acted the last 3 or 4 years. Maybe
he's a lunatic.
It's time to move on.
I'll give you that. The guy is crazy. Aaron Rodgers.
All right, here's one for Spenny.
Yes.
Who'd you rather have starting this week, Jared Goff or Jordan Love?
Jared Goff.
Thank you.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, he hasn't totally.
No, I'm not delusional like Goff fans are.
No, I'm not saying you do, but sometimes people are so pissed about a player or hate him so much, it doesn't matter who you put up against him, you're not going to pick that player.
No, I understand what Goff, and I've said it how many times have I said you can win games with Goff. You can win playoff games with Goff. If he was making $15 million a year, you'd never hear me complain about him at all. But saying you take him over a 2-time MVP is just blasphemous.
What about my angle?
The money, the money. I wouldn't want to take on Aaron Rodgers' contract right now.
So if you had to choose from
long term
from a franchise position, if you were the Packers, you would make that trade right now if you could.
Yes.
Okay.
But that wasn't the question.
No, I understand that.
Who do you want one game?
Right. No, I understand
with the arm talent and even at his advanced age, mobility of Aaron Rodgers, that puts you in a better position to win one game. Not paying. I'm not in the business of paying anybody $50 million unless they're Patrick Mahomes.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're not paying him for what he did do. WoodwardSports.com chat thread DBCoop25. Rodgers didn't look good when we pooped on him.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
And for me, that's what it is. And once you add in the
Aaron
contract
Rodgers
effect,
lost that game against the Lions.
But I'll tell you what, I guarantee 120% Aaron Rodgers makes that throw against the Bills. Guaranteed.
Jeb Large, too many mushrooms for Aaron Rodgers.
That's fair. Too much peyote with Joe Rogan.
Yeah, well, that's where we go to our peyote insider, Sam Flannel.
Yeah, Joshua Tree.
Yeah, so let us in, Sam Flannel. You did the peyote tent dealio similar to Aaron Rodgers and came back a changed man.
I mean, hey, sometimes those are not my words. Those are Neal Ruhl's. I mean, sometimes they have some bad side effects, but I mean, if we're being serious, I understand the financial angle completely. And if you're going forward for the future, you don't want Aaron Rodgers to take up that much of your cap hit. You see what it's done this season, not having Devontae Adams. I mean, they're not a good team because you saw how important Devontae Adams was. But for one game, Aaron Rodgers is still a better quarterback. He's coming off back-to-back MVPs. I think we're being a little bit disrespectful, and we're sort of overrating how bad he's been this year. He hasn't been terrible.
Lions don't.
Isn't he
Lions
being
fans don't overrate their
disrespectful?
players.
We're just calling like we see it.
He hasn't.
The Packers' record is worse than the Lions.
By
he's
half
on
a
the
game.
Pat McAfee show more times than he's in the end zone.
I mean, 22 touchdown passes. That's not terrible. And he's gaining some rapport with Christian Watson, just for the record. I thought he was like the worst teammate ever, but Christian Watson is currently coming along pretty nicely. Obviously, Jared Goff has been very, very good this year. He's had a damn good year. He has a much friendlier contract, but I think we are really, really eager to pile on Aaron Rodgers and to just make him seem like he's worse than he actually is. He's still a high-end quarterback. You just see what not having a roster around him that's as good as it has been has done to him, and having his best wide receiver he's ever played with leave. He's still a good quarterback.
What about this one, Spence, for real? Noted Jared Goff non-believer that you are. That's fair.
Yes, that is fair.
Jacob and Sonia, I haven't seen you in here before, Jacob, but hello. Appreciate you tapping into the show on Big D Energy. Goff is still growing, playing the best football of his career.
Goff
Your
is
response.
not growing. No, he is not. He's not playing the best football of his career either. Look up the stats he did in L.A. when they had a top 4 off. Like, Jared Goff is not growing. He's not magically getting a better arm. He's not magically getting more athletic. He's playing good football. He's playing very good football. And he has a great offense around it. And a great guy calling plays. So it's fair. I mean, like I said, I'm not mad when people say Jared Goff's our guy right now. Jared Goff's our guy for next year, because he is. But when people say he's a top 10 quarterback or he's the man of the future, he will lead this Lions franchise for years to come, that's where you need to chill a little bit.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. How about this one, Spenmo, before we go to the break? Who would you rather have, Goff or Justin Fields, to start the game tomorrow?
Ooh, oh, man, that's tough.
I think it's pretty simple.
Justin Fields, probably.
Really?
If you give, I'll go Goff because the offense is tailored around Jared Goff's ability. But if you gave Ben Johnson a little while to tailor an offense around Justin Fields.
Why don't we rephrase the question? For the 2023 season, who would you rather see starting at quarterback for the Lions, Justin Fields or Jared Goff?
Justin Fields.
I'm going to take Justin Fields.
So much.
Because I think he's going to grow. And what are Lion fans looking for in a quarterback here in Detroit? They're looking for a guy who can pass a little bit, but a guy who's also mobile, who can make things happen with his feet.
Detroit Germ, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Why are we talking about Aaron Rodgers? Because we wanted to ask the question. It's something that we talked about as a network, and there was such a snap reaction about it. Now, granted, again, my reasons are more financial, but I think the gap's a lot closer than people think. 75% of people say Jared Goff.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, if you had Justin Fields, you could have been able to sign Devontae Adams instead of DJ Chark. Just saying.
Okay, Mr. Moneyman, how do you respond?
What do you mean?
Well, you said you could sign a better wide receiver if you had Justin Fields.
Well, you would have had to draft him.
Yeah.
Well, we're just dumping people on people's rosters. Yeah. We're not drafting anybody.
No, you would have had to draft them.
We are creating our own rules and manipulating how we want to. So he makes a point.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, our guy Ryan Palter, we're going to give the picks, Terry's picks, my picks, D-Mac's picks, Ryan Palter's picks as well. Listen up, everybody, because it's a chance for you to capitalize financially. Cintron's the official energy drink of the Red Wings. Okay. Cintron's combined all three of their delicious flavors into a limited edition 6-pack Red Wings themed sampler box. Try Cintron's great tasting cranberry, classic, sugar-free, all in one Red Wings themed package. You know what? Why wait? Pre-order. Go to Cintron. You pre-order your Cintron 6-pack sampler box at CintronWorld.com/Red Wings. Get energized with Cintron, and let's go Red Wings and make a move at the backup goalkeeper spot.
Yes.
Thank you.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Goff, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
What's a winter wonderland if you can't shop, eat, and play? Lucky for you, you can do it all at the Downtown Detroit Markets, Cadillac Lodge, and the new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway, all located just across the street from Campus Martius Park. Find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com.
Jeff Akuta and Wicked Awesome Wishes present Hope for the Holidays. Jeff Akuta gives his financial support, time, and love for the city of Detroit with Chad Johnson and his amazing foundation, Wicked Awesome Wishes. Together, Jeff and Chad have been game planning all year long to make this Christmas one to remember for underprivileged children and their families. Special thanks to Lions players Amon-Ra St.Brown, Tracy Walker, Will Harris, and more, along with Lions alumni Lomas Brown and Joyak Bell, and the awesome people at Lighthouse Coolidge Community Building in Oak Park. Together, we'll make sure every child has new shoes, warm coats, hats, and socks, plus free haircuts to help everyone feel their best. And don't forget Woodward Sports' Braylon Edwards, Ryan Ermanni, and Darren McCarty will be there too. Hope for the holidays from Jeff Akuta and Wicked Awesome Wishes.
Neal Ruhl here for Custom Health Center. Our own Ryan Ermanni, as you see, he's changed his life drastically. No, we're just kidding with that. But he is down 15 pounds with the help of Custom Health Centers. And guys, you want to make the improvement too, you can. Think of all the ways that weight affects your health, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically as well. Custom Health Center has had over 20,000 success stories, and one more is loading with our own Ryan Ermanni here. You want to jump on the bandwagon too? Call today 844-789-THIN. Call Custom Health Centers 844-789-8446. Pressing on here on a Friday. The weekend is at hand. Neal Ruhl, Terry Foster, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. Update, Croatia has leveled the match in the 118th minute. That's tough. You don't want any part of those guys. I said Croatia's the Utah of the World Cup. Like, you're not going to pick them to win, but you don't want any piece of them, Terry, in a heads-up match. No part.
I was surprised they tied it back up, but you can see it developing. So, yes, this is a tough ball club, and I have grown to respect Croatia. Thank you very much.
They're a very fine soccer team. They have very fine players, right?
They do.
Isn't that the way you say it?
Very fine ball club.
Yep. So, hey, it's Friday. You know how we do it here. We're going to go to our guy, Ryan Palter, the sales director at Feldman Chevrolet. It's time for the picks in our Feldman Chevrolet Pigskin Pick 'em Cup. Ryan, what's going on, my friend?
Hey, better late than never, guys. Better late than never.
No, you're just in time, my friend. Just in time. We got the picks this week, Ryan. We'll let you kick things off. Give us your explanation, which way you're going here.
Listen, we're going to start off Jacksonville at Tennessee, taking Tennessee -3.5. I think everybody knows Jacksonville just is not a very good team. Tennessee's defense is stellar. Rabel is a heck of a coach. And even though they don't have A.J. Brown, we're still going to win by more than 3.5. So we're going with that. Kansas City at Denver, going KC -9.5. Just once again betting against a horrible team in Denver. I know I bet against them last week, and I think that game would be completely different if Lamar Jackson didn't go out, and Patrick Mahomes is not going to go out. So we're going to go with that. And Navy at Army. I was an Army ROTC. So I just can't go against Army. So we're taking Army plus 2.5 on that one. So go Army, beat Navy.
And Ryan,
explanations. Not getting into it much more.
Wait a minute. Can I help out young Ryan here?
Ryan, let's hear it, T-Foss.
You're a cute kid and everything, but never bet with your heart. Don't bet with your heart, brother. That's what gets you in trouble.
Why not?
Because
Neal likes it too. Neal's got it too.
Yeah, Neal.
Look at him.
And Neal was wrong when he bets with his heart. Whenever he gets something wrong on his get right pick, he said, "Guys, I'm sorry. I bet with my heart and I blew it."
That's true.
Don't bet with your heart, because I go to Vegas. I used to go to Vegas for the tournament, and I was talking to some of the guys that set the thing, and they said, whenever I see someone wearing an Iowa State shirt, or a Michigan shirt, or a Tennessee shirt, I know how they're betting, and normally we get their money. Don't bet with your heart, brother.
Well, that's why I typically never bet on Michigan or the Lions, because I just can't do it.
Updating the standings, Ryan Palter at 12-21.
Bet with his heart.
Darren McCarty at 23-10 leads the pack. Terry Foster very, very close behind at 22-9-2, just percentage points behind. I'm at 20-12-1. I do share the Army sentiment with you, Ryan. And yeah, that one for me, it's a little bit of a heart pick, no doubt about that. But hey, Ryan, we're allowed to have some fun, damn it. We are.
Yeah, I mean, heck, what else do I got to lose? I went from being first place to last place and getting blown out. You know, I mean, there's not much else. But remember, I do have that contest going on for everybody out there this week.
Break it down for everybody.
Okay, so you take my 3 picks. You set up a parlay, okay? If your parlay hits 3-0, I will get you a $100 gift card, a Malcolm Rodriguez autograph something. I'm not sure what it will be. And heck, I'll even get you to meet Malcolm Rodriguez. If you take my 3 picks and I go 0-3, the same thing, and you lose. But it has to be more than $10 parlay bet.
$10 is the entry fee to get in the club.
And you know what? I'm always coming up with ideas for you to sell cars. I got another one. You have like 10 prices of a car, and have your customers guess what price they think that car is. If they get all 3 of them wrong, then they get a special discount.
You're getting a little granular here, Terry.
I'd be great at that. I'd probably win.
You would win. I'm trying to help you out.
For sure I would win. But hey, you know what? If one of those happens, so if I go 0-3 or 3-0, right?
And you have a $10 parlay. Yep, that's it.
$10 parlay. You bring that slip in. You guys are there Monday. We'll do it on air Monday. How about that? When I'm on my segment, you can come on and I'll hand you the gift card, and we'll figure out how to get you in touch with Malcolm.
There it is.
He doesn't even know I'm doing this, but he'll be fine with it.
No, Ryan, we appreciate you sliding on. What's going on here? We're getting close to Christmas now. What's going on out there at Feldman Chevrolet?
We are definitely getting close to Christmas. I mean, hey, it's the same thing as it was last Monday. You know, it's just pushing out metal, man, and making deals come true, or making dreams come true, and putting them dreams in driveways. So, you know, stop on by. You know, we're gonna have you guys out there Monday again, 2 Mondays in a row. I'm looking forward to that, and just a fun place to be around. I mean, if you've never come in here, it's just a fun place to be, and you guys see it every other Monday. You know, it gets hopping, and it's just a good environment. It's just fun. You know?
So I'm gonna have to wear my Christmas sweater then.
There it is.
Yeah,
All
let's
right,
do it. Big game Sunday though.
That is true.
Big game Sunday. We got big
That
game
is
Sunday.
true. Well, Ryan, we appreciate you, man, carving out the time, sliding by, giving us the picks and everything like that. And remember, the $10.
You know what, Neal? I appreciate you, Neal.
Why is that?
I appreciate you and all the get rights that you do. I appreciate you. You know, your tone is great today.
You notice he doesn't appreciate me because I make fun of him.
Yeah, that is true. But hey,
what?
I appreciate you too, D-Mac. I'm still kind of.
All right.
Still kind of.
Okay.
You know,
all right, hey, Ryan, we appreciate you too, man. We'll see you on Monday, brother.
Hey, thanks, guys. We'll see you
All right,
Monday.
be good.
All right, Ryan Palter, sales director at
Ryan,
Feldman
man.
Chevrolet. Real quick, T-Foss, your picks. You believe in the Lions?
Yeah.
Minus 2.5 at the time of picking.
He's gonna lose.
Lions fans.
Lions fans.
You also got. I said T-Foss. I sent T-Foss a text. I'm like, T-Foss, hey man, I need your picks, and hopefully you can make them crappy because I got to try to catch up with you. And you obliged. You took the Houston Texans and the Cleveland Browns, but the Texans getting 17 and the Browns getting 6.5 as well. So obviously Houston is at Dallas, and the Cleveland Browns, huh, Terry?
I like the points.
On the road at Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
So there you have that. D-Mac, he also shares your love for the Detroit Lions.
Let's
He
go.
took the Lions. Minus 2.5. Maybe this could be the first crack in D-Mac's armor. He's on the same side as Ryan Palter, taking the Chiefs minus 9.5 at Denver. I don't like getting in those waters, man, where you're laying double digits on the road. As a rule, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I just don't.
The Broncos suck, though.
They do. I know, and I know they do. And I know their quarterback has action figure hair. I know all that. But still, I don't like it. He took the San Francisco 49ers laying the 3 as well. So the 49ers home against Tom Brady. I really like that pick.
That's a
lot.
great pick, yeah.
That is a very solid pick. I should have taken that pick. I did not. I went with Army. And yeah, front-facing, the Army pick is heart. I'm rooting for him and all that kind of stuff. That one's with my heart. Yes, it is.
Okay, you're on one. Keep going.
I'm fully open about that. The over 32.5, it's not with my heart, though. That is a get right. We are 30-9. I love how people are like, whenever you get one wrong. Oh, you mean the 9 times out of 39 games that I picked? Yeah, T-Foss. But yeah, as we headed up there, I took the Vikings plus the 2.5.
You hate the Vikings.
I do hate the Vikings. I do.
So that's like an anti-heart pick. So
It is. It is.
You think they're going to win?
I don't know.
All right.
I figure, hey, if they do lose, I'll get something out of it that way.
All right.
I took the Jets plus the 9.5 against Buffalo at Buffalo.
That's a good pick.
The Jets, man. You want to talk about game? I do not think the Lions will win at the Jets.
I don't think they'll win that game either.
I don't. I'm buying into the Jets. And Mike White. I talk about Army Navy as America's game. Mike White is America's quarterback.
Yeah, we've actually got an inside scoop in the Jets locker room. I'm not going to name names, but I mean, if you really think about it, it wouldn't be that hard to figure out who it is. But he said Mike White's the guy. Like locker room is in on Mike White
because he performed.
Yeah, and he's just cool.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson's like.
Well, that's like number two. Number one is he performs.
Yeah.
Look at the resume.
And once you said, "Do you feel guilty or whatever about your performance?" and you just say no, that's the end of the ball game.
That's a wrap. Plus, you could tell when he showed up on draft night. When he walked out onto the stage, I knew he was going to stink.
He looked like a scared baby.
100% he did.
Yeah.
I, however, am not scared to order lobster.
No, and you shouldn't be, especially when you're ordering it from Cousins Maine Lobster. Because Woodward Sports loves lobster. And what better way to get your fix than Cousins Maine Lobster? With 2 trucks rolling around, all you have to do is scan this QR code, and boom, you can find where they're at. So make sure you keep up to date with where they're rolling around. They've got great things like the lobster tots, the lobster tacos, lobster rolls, and of course, Terry and my favorite, the lobster grilled cheese. Go to cousinsmainelobster.com to find their schedule, or just scan this QR code right now and find where they are in the streets.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff a Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward and Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff a Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You can get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Guardian Alarm keeps you safe and gives you peace of mind whether you're at home or on the road with their 24/7 local monitoring. They make sure the things that are important to you stay safe, kind of like Flannel with his flannels. How many days of flannel protection do we have now?
172.
172 days. So make sure you have Guardian Alarm help you keep the things that are important to you safe. All you have to do is call 1-800
Stay out.
That's 1-800
Stay out
right now and let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
Stay out of the next round of the World Cup, Brazil, because it looks like you might. They are in penalty kicks right now. Croatia 3-2 edge through 3 kicks.
So Brazil just needs Croatia to miss one if they lose.
If Croatia scores the next 2, as Drake would say, OVA.
OVOXO. Wow.
It would be all over for Brazil. As I said, man, you want no part of Croatia. Heads up. The Utah of the World Cup.
Croatian women that we've been seeing in the crowd, I'll tell you that.
So anyway,
am I right, Terry?
I saw some cutie pies on Croatia. That's all I'll say. I was surprised.
Anyway, getting it back on the rails here. Croatia has scored again, by the way. So if Croatia connects, regardless of what Brazil does on this next kick, Croatia scores again, it is over, and Brazil goes home. Straight stunner. WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Rack. Ryan appreciates Neal's get-right picks because he needs them after taking his own picks. Rack, that's the point. That's why I do it.
Yeah.
I do it for the people. You got in some trouble? That's okay. Old Uncle Neal will get you back.
You listen to Ryan Palter, it's all right. Take the over.
You go 0-3 in the day, that's okay. With the get right, you can go 1-3 and finish even, T-Foss.
Or if you really have balls, you can be ahead. Just put a lot of money on the get right.
No, because then you're violating the sanctity of the get right. You don't be greedy.
No, you're not.
You don't be a hog about it.
Yeah, but the
object.
missed.
It's it.
And the Croatian.
He hit the post. Wow.
So Brazil is out of the World Cup. Croatia advances in penalties.
What, are they playing Argentina now? Or?
Yeah, Argentina plays coming up next. So
wow,
that's what it is. Shattered dreams for Brazil.
Oh, look at Neymar. Poor
Yeah,
guy.
of course Neymar's down there crying. Even when he succeeds, he fails. You can have all the frosted tips you want, Neymar. Doesn't mean you're getting through. And the Croatian fans are actually crying.
Show some Brazil fans.
So that was a stunner, no doubt about it. What was not stunning, because I do need to talk on this, what was not stunning last night in Florida, the Red Wings at the Panthers. Are we done with the Alex Nedeljkovic thing?
Yes.
Are we done?
Yes.
Yes.
Get him off the ice.
He's
See, here's the thing, Terry. What?
I want him off the ice because I'm sick of you talking about that.
Well, here's the thing, Terry. Like we fancy this team as a fringe playoff contender, a playoff contending team, right? That's what we think, right? Is
That's
that
what
fair?
they should be, yes.
I think that's what everybody would say if we went in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Everybody thinks that this Red Wings team is a playoff contender. Well, let me tell you this. You keep trotting this guy out there, you are not a playoff contender. And you're not taking it serious. Literally anybody else. I don't care, off waivers, somebody in the system, literally anybody else. Enough with this guy. Because you're not going to make the playoffs if every 6th game you don't have a chance to win it. Here we are now, 4 games he's been out there that you had 0 chance to win. So you're playing in a 77-game schedule. When the Florida Panthers are playing more games than you because they have a chance to win their games when the backup goalie plays. We do not. I got nothing else to say. Because until you fix this, you're not a playoff contender. Because you can't do this, Terry. Enough.
Okay. Actually, you can.
No,
You
not
can
this
do
guy,
that
not anymore.
If you limit his...
No, because the second he steps out there, you can't win. Tell me I'm wrong.
He's a struggling player right now. I would say that. But it looks like that is the case.
No, and I don't want to hear. Hold on, I don't want to hear this. Rad Dad Scott. Neal is bad. Neal, he is bad, horrible, but still he can't put shots on the other net. No, you know what? You can't win. You can't win when this guy's going to give up 4 or 5 soft goals. You can't. Doesn't matter what you do.
Whoever that was, are you really going to go into Florida and win 6-5? No, you're not.
Especially when you're down 4-0 or 4-1. And you know what, Rad Dad Scott? They did this. Like, he gives up 3 softies. They're down 3-0, right? The Wings score. I'm like, okay, you battle back. You can't, because what does he do? Gives up another one. It's over. It's over. Enough. Tell me I'm wrong. Somebody here tell me I'm wrong.
Haven't they picked up another goalie in waivers, and they'll probably move somebody in. This is close to being a wrap. They're going to listen to. Well, they're not going to listen to you. I think the game plan is already in place to put a backup goalie in.
Good. Now
it's just not happening on your timetable. So I don't think the NHL really begins until January. I would be surprised if there's not a move made sometime after Christmas. That'd be your Christmas present. No more Ned.
Hey guys, yeah, I'm yelling because I've had enough.
I'm not yelling. This is how I talk.
This is how I talk. Yeah, people were saying that.
And
as
he's
well.
sober and he's saying this. He hasn't had a drink yet.
Bob Johnson, stop yelling, creepy Uncle Neal. Hey, Uncle Neal, that gets you 30-9 on the get right. Take the over in the Army-Navy game. Detroit Dabber 3-on-3, whining like a child. No, okay, Detroit Dabber. So this is the answer to you. right? So you people that aren't upset. So this is the answer to you. Keep trotting them out there, right? Oh, it's Ned. It's Ned.
Yeah.
Everything will be okay. Ned will get it together. Maybe we can send him down to Grand Rapids, and Ned will get it together. How much data do you need? How much you need?
Ned has a cult fan base like Jared Goff. It's weird.
How much more data do you need?
I got yelled at for saying Husso should be the starter. Before, as soon as we signed him, I was like, Billy Husso's the starting goalie for the Red Wings.
No, and the away fan team didn't perform well in front of. No, you don't have a chance to win these games.
Billy Husso stopped 44 shots against the Lightning.
Jake Wegener, context that challenges his narrative isn't allowed. Dabber, LOL. Give me your talking point. Please do. I welcome that. I want to hear that. Show us.
Show us.
Sometimes you don't play well in front of the goalie when you know you don't have a chance. And subconsciously, you probably let things slip because you know you're going to let it in anyway.
I'll tell you, that game I went to against Buffalo, Ned was in net, and things got ugly really fast. Luckily, the third, they scored 3 goals in the third period, but then when it went to the shootout, I was like, yeah, even against Buffalo.
Detroit Dabber 3-on-3. You refuse to see anything other than he's bad. The team plays like crap in front of him, Neal. You can't keep saying that it doesn't matter. Look at the goals, Dabber, that he's given up. You can't win a game like that. So you say, okay, the Red Wings should have to go to Florida, and their offense has to score 6 goals for them to win. That's what you're saying. Like, they're down 3-0 on 3 softies. They get one, and you're like, okay, maybe grind back. And no, boom, he gives up another. Dabber, come on, man. You're smarter than that.
2 back-to-back.
Yeah. Like, Dabber, come on, man. You're too intelligent about this stuff. So it's just it's a weird coincidence, right? Like, the Red Wings play incredibly when Husso's out there. And then they just say, you know what? F Ned. We don't care. We're going to lay down. So that's it then. Somebody help me.
Yeah,
Ned fans would actually say that's the case.
That is what they say, yeah.
Now, when you look at hockey, even if you play great defense, there's going to be great opportunities for the opponent if they're a good team. But guess what happens? The goalie makes incredible saves. And that's why we have puck luck. That's why we have standing on his head. Because the goalie's going to have to be exceptional at some point. And if it's a given that if somebody's open and they shoot, they're going to score, that's not what a goalie's there for.
The away fan, did you watch a game last night, Neal? Yes, 100% I did. Was locked in. Until the end, I did turn it off at the end because the fate was sealed. I want to continue this discussion real quick.
He was rattling. He was watching because I was wondering, why is my phone rattling like this at 9 o'clock?
Because I'm heated.
Yeah, he was texting us the same stuff he's saying right now yesterday. So
I was heated about it. Makes me want to go to Big Boy and get some comfort food. Wintertime in Detroit's always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. The classic meatloaf. That's always a play. The Cajun chicken Alfredo. What about breakfast? Stuffed potato pancakes are back. The Lumberjack, the Santa Fe Garden, or the Blockbuster. Stop by your local Big Boy today. Down home comfort foods. It's wintertime, everybody, at Big Boy.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Goff, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
When it comes to making your haircut truly an experience, there's no better place than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to any one of our 26 Metro Detroit locations for an award-winning haircut experience and qualify for a chance to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Our precision haircut and talented stylists will have you looking good, feeling good, and give you a chance to change your life forever. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Jeff Akuta and Wicked Awesome Wishes present Hope for the Holidays. Jeff Akuta gives his financial support, time, and love for the city of Detroit with Chad Johnson and his amazing foundation, Wicked Awesome Wishes. Together, Jeff and Chad have been game planning all year long to make this Christmas one to remember for underprivileged children and their families. Special thanks to Lions players Amon-Ra St.Brown, Tracy Walker, Will Harris, and more, along with Lions alumni Lomas Brown and Joyak Bell, and the the awesome people at Lighthouse Coolidge Community Building in Oak Park. Together, we'll make sure every child has new shoes, warm coats, hats, and socks, plus free haircuts to help everyone feel their best. And don't forget Woodward Sports' Braylon Edwards, Ryan Ermanni, and Darren McCarty will be there too. Hope for the holidays from Jeff Okuda and wicked awesome wishes.
Neal Ruhl here for Chili Peppers Tanning. We found the cleanest salons in the D. Spotless, sanitized rooms, trained and certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club. Get all the best deals. They'll beat the competitors' prices by at least $5. You can pick up the Australian Gold, Designer Skin, Caltan, and Rackster's favorite, the Swedish Beauty Lotions.
Oh, yeah.
ChiliPeppersTanning.com. The hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans. They are your vitamin D headquarters. 27 locations and more on the way. Go to ChiliPeppersTanning.com, y'all.
Chili Peppers Tan.
Yay, yay. Final segment of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. The room seems split on this whole Alex Nedeljkovic thing. Alicia, in all caps, so she's yelling. When you let in 3 soft goals, it's not the team in front of them. Rack, so the team plays bad every game, Ned's in net. I don't think that's the issue. I think there's another common theme there. Yes. And guys, look, you can't have it both ways. The away fan, the Red Wings play so much better in front of Husso. They play like the Wings of last year in front of Ned. You can't have it both ways, guys. If you think that this team's a fringe playoff contender or a playoff contender, you can't trot that out there anymore with the 409 goals against average.
And 880 save percentage.
Can't work.
Yikes.
Can't have it. Can't have it.
If there's not a 9 in front of it, just you don't need to be here.
Yes.
That's literally it. So at Clom Sauce, would he clear waivers? Are you signing them? I'm not signing them. It's just that's what it is. The away fan. So what's the plan? You have to fix it, Neal. In all seriousness, what do you do with Ned? You need to cut it enough. That's what you need to do with Ned.
Let me help you out here. There is a great protection by many fans about the Red Wings. They can't do anything wrong, and when they're doing it wrong, then you got to wait for it to be fixed. This guy can't be fixed. I think you're going to get your Christmas present. It's going to be a little late, but it's going to be a nice little gift.
But Terry, again, when you're playing a 74-game season and the Panthers are playing an 82-game season, 81-game season, I always get it confused with NBA and NHL.
It's got to be even, 82, except in the NFL.
Okay.
They don't care.
When you have almost 10% less games than the Florida Panthers and the Lightning do, how are you going to overcome that?
You won't. You're not going to overcome them anyway.
Okay. Then what are we here to feel good? Like because Ned's cute and everything? Is that what we're doing?
I mean, it's actually crazy the disparity. When Ville Husso starts, he's 11-4-3 with a 254 goals against. Alex Nedeljkovic 2-4-2 with a 409 goals against.
They must hate Ned, I guess.
I mean, that's the thing. So when you say that they're basically playing with like what 90% of the games that Florida's playing because Nedeljkovic's are just kind of a wash, you're not lying.
Yeah, I want everyone to understand, how this works linear, from a linear perspective. They're good teams. You're in probably the best division in the NHL. Every point is valuable. That's it. He said, do you send him down and bring up Hellberg? No, I cut him and bring up Hellberg. I move on to something else. This is not working. And I don't need any more data. And it's too valuable. The points are too valuable. I'm sorry if that upsets people. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're a high-level playoff team with Husso. You're a terrible team with Nedeljkovic, and those are just the numbers.
Husso has 4 losses in 18 games. Nedeljkovic has 4 losses in 6 games.
That's insane.
Yeah, cut him, then what? That's not a plan, my dude. No, it is. Cut him, Hellberg. Next. That's my plan. Also my plan, have a good weekend, everybody. For T. Foss, for Sam Flannel, for Spencer Raxter. My name's Neal Ruhl. Thanks for tapping in. Big D Energy on the Woodward Sports Network. Well, see you later.
Bye.